can't see me. Turn on the lights. Turn on the light. Hello, I'm Randy Hurst, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here tonight. Thank you. On behalf of Vincent Gargiulo, cast, crew, fuck me. Tonight we'll be seeing 4 short segments inspired by some of the greatest classical pieces of all time. And during the latter part of our presentation, we'll be joined by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, who's here to present his first new musical piece in over 200 years. But first, we turn to Russia, 1875, and the great composer Smetana Lukchip. As a child, Lukchip often carried a stick for fun and was usually beaten with it by bigger boys. In Odessa 1925, Lukchip accidentally became a father, which led him to writing the kids' classic, Peter Stuck in Spiderweb in Moscow Hotel. In his later years, he frequently protested the bread shop for not accepting his coupon, and in 1955, starved to death trying to avoid cavities. Our first segment is a modern adaptation of Smetana's great 1912 ballet, Voduzhnya Zhar, also known as The Tale of the Balloon. So, you like classical music? I've got a couple of Ravel pieces in 78 at home if you're interested. John Coupe was born on the island of lost soul music in 1923, and his first compositions were written on stray cats. His 22-hour paper opera made him a household name, but after the failure of John Coplan in 1965, he quit composing and got sick of his arms. At age 73, he briefly found he was the only person on Earth, before realizing he committed suicide 5 years earlier in this parking garage. His ghost still hangs out at the Red Door Cafe, named obviously for its delicious food. Coupe's Piano Sonata No. 3 is a challenging and experimental piano work, originally written to accompany private parties of the mentally disturbed. It is presented here with narration, written and performed by renowned poet Judith Lowry.
I've always considered myself a fairly normal person, living a fairly normal life. Oh, sure, I have my eccentricities, as everyone does, and sure, I see a weird thing every now and then, but nothing compares to when I found myself stuck in an experimental film. I mean, it started out as any other day. I got up, made the bed, had some breakfast, and took a nice warm bath. It was then I noticed things were different than usual. Whatever, I had to go to work. And I don't know who I am. I feel like my mind is going round in a circle, a vicious cycle that doesn't make any sense. I try to walk forward, but I'm walking straight back, and I try to walk forward, but I'm walking straight back, and... Why me?
Tickets, please. Tickets.
What is this stock footage? What does this mean? That's it. I quit. I can't take it anymore! No, wait, the clue. Finally, I understand. It all makes sense now. What?
Jeff, have you seen the orchestra?
No.
Hey guys, are you in there? Our next segment is called A Man's Life as Told Through Stuff, performed by violin, viola, cello, and bass, originally composed by Claude Touchet, adapted from his Smorgasbord of Animal Noises suite. Touchet was born in Paris in 1849, and as a child had few friends.
Bonjour, Beignet.
Bonjour.
Je ne t'aime pas.
La vie n'a pas du sens.
He was a soldier in the Franco-Prussian War until 1902, 31 years after the war had ended. Being forgotten left an indelible mark on the composer, and he was haunted the rest of his life by a vampire, witch, and mummy. We now present to you A Man's Life as Told Through Stuff. Well, now, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you one of the finest composers in all of history. Seated next to me is Mr. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Thank you, Würstchen.
So, what have you been up to all these years?
Well, after Requiem, music didn't excite me. It's better now. Ich habe alle Mitglieder von NSYNC auf meinem Körper tätowiert. Ich weiß nicht, soll der Spaß auf dem rechten oder linken Hinterteil gehen? Was meinst du, Matrose? But I went to the farthest reaches of the Himalayas, behind the golden yak, and lived in hiding with a family of immortal pygmy yetis until I came up with a perfect song.
And I believe that you're going to perform it for us right now.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, performing his first new song in over 222 years, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart with Take Your Head and Shove It to the Ground.
I am nice, hit it twice, made of sugar and spice. But I can lie, I can die, I can fry in a pot of rice. People say I okay, I can say no way. Ask me again, tell you the same, you are the one to blame. I want to take your head and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Why are we in the comedy section? We are not funny. Eat some toast, eat some roast, eat a little bunny. Have you heard, can't be cured, my little bird has flown? Sitting at home, chewing on a bone, on the phone, would you leave me alone? I want to take your boo and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head, your boo, and shove it to the ground. Take your head.
Thanks, Wolfie. That was great. Arnold Coplan is one of the greatest American composers, often credited with bridging the gap between popular, classical, and jazz music. His greatest success came with the Hawaiian version of The Wizard of Oz, featuring 3 Dorothys and, quote, none of those stupid midgets.
Over the rainbow, I don't know where to go.
In 1974, Coplan became the first classical musician to go into space, trying to capture the sound wave from a conversation he missed earlier that morning. In the 1980s, he primarily wrote scores for exercise videos and died in 1993 attempting to sing Whoop, There It Is.
There it is. Whoop.
We've adapted Copland's Sonja Henie fantasy into a story of love and loss, of hookers and historians. Well, that's about all we have time for tonight. Guests appearing on Vincent Gargiulo's Fantastic are staying at the Circus Reno Hotel and Casino. Nothing says uncompromising comfort like a giant neon clown. Guests will also be receiving gifts from Dick's Home of the Giant Wiener. It's more than a joke name. It's really a 17-pound hot dog. My heartfelt thanks to all who helped put this program together. My name is Randy Hurst, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. Drive safely.